Engineer Abrantier, and today's episode we are going to talk about building construction. And when it comes to building construction, it entails a lot. How to start with a building, how to make it firm for it to be useful in the system. So what we are saying is this is building construction, and we are going to solve the past question. And this is 1994 building construction, which by then it was called SSC. This is for SHS. This is for senior high schools. So it is for senior high schools, which we can call it senior high technical school. So this is for technical. This is for technical, and it is very useful for everybody to get purchased to it. This we are talking about building construction, and this one does not matter of what you do. It's a matter of you learning and getting the ideas about building construction. Because if you are not into the technical terms, definitely because of this video you'll be able to capture everything and join us. All right, thank you. Let's go on. So building construction, in which I said it is 1994, and the question says in fig 1. So this is figure 1. We are seeing that it shows in the parts a cross section through a single story domestic building. Fig 1 shows in parts a cross section through a single story domestic building. And when we come to the A, now we are coming to solve the question. So we have to solve all this. We have given all the parts, but the names are not there, only the numbers. So we just see the number and fix in the parts. Are you okay? I think you are okay with this. All right, so the A is saying that identify the elements in the construction numbered from 1 to 20. So it is numbered from 1, which is starting from this side, to the last digit 20. So today this is what we are going to talk about. After then we go to the subsequent ones. All right, so let's quickly enjoy our lesson for today. And I'm still reminding you that this is Engineer Abrantier TV. You can get it at YouTube, everywhere, every social media. The social handles are there. So just click, tap, subscribe for you to get more of this. All right, so let's enjoy our lesson for today. Now, when we come to the first one, which is number 1, we say this is what we say is it is the soil. So we have to know that this is the soil, and before we get to this bottom, we dig a trench. If you go to site, some people call it foundation, which is not the right name of it. It is trench. So we call it trench. So from here we dig. So it's starting from here. We start from here, then we dig down, deep down. So that will be the depth. So at the depth where we reach, that is where the soil is. That is the soil or the earth. So this is the earth or the soil. So number 1 is the earth. So this is going to receive the concrete. Sometimes we need to cast a blinding. A blinding is a weak concrete which we cast before receiving the main concrete, which is the foundation concrete. So this is the foundation concrete, this is the earth. So first of all, we say this is the earth, the soil. All right, then let's come to the second one. The second one is the foundation concrete. The foundation concrete. If you see to this, you see that from here to here, this starting from here to here, that is the wideness of the concrete, and this is the wall, which is being positioned at the center. It is positioned at the center because it is going to distribute the load evenly. This one, because this side, when there's pressure from here exerting from the top to this side, it will distribute the load evenly from this side to this side, where everybody will get its parts. So it will be very firm and strong to hold all this. I think you are okay for now. So this is a foundation concrete. The second one is foundation foundation concrete. Foundation concrete. Now let's go to the third one. Where is the third one? This is the third one. So with the third one, this we call it the hardcore filling. You know that when we go into a digging process, that is going onto the site, we dig. This is a strip foundation. If you see this, it's a strip foundation. So when we dig the trench, cast in our concrete. Sometimes introduce the blinding. If you don't introduce the blinding, you cast in the concrete. But it is better to introduce the blinding because it is a weak concrete which is going to receive the main concrete to make it very strong before we get our layers of what, or the core of the cores of walls, which is coming from the top of the foundation concrete to the surface of the earth before we get the others. So before we get all this, we need to also, after bringing it at the top, we have to fill in. We have something we call filling. That is the hardcore filling. So we have to put in some laterite or some gravels so that it will make it very strong. Because when you erect the walls, definitely you have to put in this for it to become leveled before you cast in your oversight concrete. So with this, now we have this. We have the hardcore filling. Hardcore filling. So the third one is hardcore. Is hardcore filling. Now we come to the fourth one. The fourth one is the oversight concrete. As I mentioned earlier, I said it is what? The oversight concrete or the general concrete floor slab. That is where we cast our concrete. That is where we cast our concrete. So when we erect them above this is the ground level. So when we erect the walls above the ground level, by putting in our filling sand, that is either filling sand or the hardcore filling, is also the same as the filling sand. By putting in the filling sand, now we have to put on a concrete, which is called what? A concrete floor slab. So with this, that is going to, now from that, then we continue with our walls again from that. So the possible way, or the reason why we do this is, if you do this, it's going to also distribute the load. Because after getting this wall from here to here, getting this wall above the earth, or the ground level, after getting the ground level, after getting above the ground level, this one, we are going to cast this for it to receive the subsequent course of walls, so that it will be very strong. So this is going to hold. This one is going to hold, so that when there is a pressure exerted on this, this one receive it before transferring them to the foundation. So it is very important for us to get it. Sometimes it's range from 150 and above to about 250 or something. So it ranges from 150 and above. It is very strong. So if you don't do this, if you don't introduce this, it means you don't know what you are doing. You have to introduce this before you continue it with the other works. Sometimes if you go to site, they don't do that. What they do is they just put on they just continue with the subsequent ones, or they continue with the rest of the walls, which is very, very bad. It is very, very bad. It will collapse everything. This has become a barrier, which is receiving from here to here. But with this one, this is a past question. That is why we didn't add some features, because we need to, sometimes we bring the damp-proof, that is the DPM or the DPC. We need all this so that we bring them on board for it to just reduce the moisture content or something. But with this question, we are not talking about that. So what we are talking about is what we are going to say. I think you're okay now. All right. So this is the oversight concrete, the oversight. Let's come to the feet one. So with the feet one, that is the floor finish. Yes, That is the floor finish. So after the oversight concrete, now we introduce something we call the floor finish, either by terrazzo, by tiles, or maybe by screed. They are all floor finish. And then we introduce the screed. After the screed, we also introduce another floor finish, which is the tiles or the terrazzo or whatever that we know. So with this is the floor finish, whether it is a tiles, a terrazzo, etc. So this is a floor. Now we come to the number seat one. If you check, I just want you to see it well. So we come to the seat one. We come to the number seat one. That is the skirting board. This one, I'm talking about this skirting board. Skirting board. Which is now, so with this, with the floor, this is guiding the floor finish. It is guiding the floor finish at the corners. Because one, the floor finish is not entering into the walls. It is hitting the wall. The floor finish is hitting the wall. But with this one, you see, the concrete is entering. You see, the concrete is here before you continue again. So it is different. But with the floor finish, it hits the wall. So we need the skirting board to reintroduce, to guide it at the side and side. Sometimes we can use, most of the times we use the tiles. Yes, we use the tiles at the corner, so that it will make it very strong. So all the four corners, we just make it very firm and nice. I think you are okay now. So skirting board. Then we come to the sill or seal, either sill or seal. That is the seventh one. It is sill or seal. Sill or seal. So here is it. This one, we introduce it immediately after the wall, before the window. This one, we introduce it because we don't want, with this pressure, if we want to change the window, it is very simple for us to change the window. That is one aspect. Secondly, if there is water which we want to penetrate, this one will not allow it. That is why we've done this side. You see how it is sloping. Sloping. So it will just not allow the water to penetrate. We'll just let the water to fall. So this is the sill. This is the sill or seal. So we call it sill or seal. Is correct. So we go to the next one. The next one is the number, what is it? Number 8. Okay, so we go to the number 8, which is the jump. So we talk about the jump. Please, this one you can add the concrete, either concrete seal or concrete seal. They are all the same. So we talk about the jump, the window jump. So window jump. So this is protecting the frame. Sometimes you see, after fixing the frame, there's a gap, which most of the times we use mortar to do the jump, to do the design at the side and side, either inside or outside. So it is very important. So this is the window jump, protecting the frame, also make it nicer. So we just dress the side and side, either by rendering, either we use the rendering or the plastering. They are all the same. Yes, thank you. Now we go to the ninth one, which is, we call it lintel, or sometimes it is a beam, either lintel, concrete lintel, or a beam. Yes, we can call it a beam because a lintel is the small part of a beam. Beam is carrying more weight than the lintel, although they are all acting as the same concrete, also receiving load, carrying the load, transmitting them to the ground, to the foundation. It is very important. But this is a lintel, which is holding it fast. it's giving it very strong, because from here all these loads are being transmitted to this side before it transmits the load from here. And also this one has become a barrier to the window. So it is protecting the window, so that when maybe in case the frame is spoiled, you can just remove the frame and fix another one. That is the work of the lintel or the beam. So it's very important. Otherwise we can call it carries a load, a major load. Yes, horizontally it carries a load, whilst the columns are carrying the vertical loads. But with this one, it's carrying the horizontal. So with the floor, the roof and everything, this is carrying the load, giving it what a maximum strength for it. I think we are okay now. All right, let's continue. Let's try and continue. So this is a lintel or a beam. Now we come to the 10th one, which is the wall plates. Wall plates. That one too is very important. So the work of this is it rests immediately on the wall before receiving the rafter. So this is a rafter. This one is a rafter. So it rests immediately on the walls, on the last wall. You see, the last end of the wall before receiving the rafter. So the rafter will come and rest on the wall plate, giving it very strength, and it's very giving it strong in weight and everything. It carries the weight and everything. So this one with everything which is applying here, the force, the strength and everything, the load is being transmitted to this one, then also transmit. So we don't get it directly in contact with the wall. That is it. It does not get it directly contact with it. So that is the wall plate. It carries the load of the rafter and the subsequent ones. I think this one too is okay. So now let's move on to the 11th one. The 11th one we call it rafter. That is the rafter. So that is the rafter. Rafter. That one too is very important. This one, it looks like A. Whenever they are having a roofing, you see that is where we just mount it first, so that it will receive the purlins and other loads that will be imposed. So if you don't do it well, you just collapse, or you see that it will be a balance. When you check at the side or outside of the roofing, if you are checking outside, you see that the roofing will not be straight. Will not be straight. It will go in to and flow. That is how it is. So the rafter is very important. It needs to be very firm and very organized, well organized. The centers, you need to do the centers well. So if it has a centers, you need to consider the centers and do it well, because of the load. If you don't do it well, it will just collapse. That is it. So this is carrying the major load of everything when it comes to the roof. I think it's okay for now. All right, now we come to the 12th one. That is the collar tie. That is the collar tie. So with this one, when you talk about the collar tie, this is a collar tie. So this is holding the rafter in place. So this is a brace. We call it like a brace. So we have the A, then the brace will brace the rafter so that it will make it very strong. It will not either open or shift. You see, sometimes you see that you'll be hearing some noise, making some noise, and yes, going upside down, because there's no collar tie, which is what banding them together. When we talk about the size of the span, talk about the span of the building. If the span of the building is too much, you need a collar tie to hold the middle firmly, so that you get it nicely. I think this one too is okay. All right, so we have the collar tie. Now we go to the 13th one. Now if you see the 13th one, this is the 13th one. I just want you to say something. So the 13th one is what? Okay, the 13th one is the ridge board. So we have it, ridge ridge board, ridge board. And with this one, this is where we have the rafters meeting together, coming together to meet at one side. So where they meet is the thing that they meet on, or they rely on, or they exert their pressure on, is the ridge board. So the ridge board is in the middle, which is going to make them form the A that they want. The shape that they want, they need something to put in place. So that is the ridge board. And the ridge board also is in the middle, makes it very shapy, brings the shape. So that is the ridge board. So we have the ridge board here. So this coming to condole, to meet, or to come together to form the shape, the exact shape that we want. So this is the ridge board at the side. Now, after the ridge board, now the 14th one is this one. So we call it ridge cap. Ridge. So receiving the roofing. So when the roofing member comes, when they comes on board, when this one come, because it is in the A form, or there's a slopey for it, we need to get a cap to cover the two. So when this is coming, then you cover the two, because if you don't cover that place, there will be water which will penetrate from that angle or from that end. So it is very important to use the ridge cap to cover that side. So every roofing, if you see the roofing sheets or roofing member, when they comes together, you see that there's something in the middle which is covering the middle from end to end, protecting the middle against any harsh weather, or anything called water, or anything called rain that will penetrate from that end. I think it's okay. Now we come to the next one, which is the 15. This one is a roofing sheet or roofing member. So roofing. This is a roofing member. We talk about this. This is a roofing member, and we all know the roofing member, which also covers the roof to make it very firm and strong against any weather or harsh weather condition. Then we have the purlin. Which receives the roof. It receives the roof. So this will receive the roof members. That is it. So we have the purlin, and purlin. I think it's okay. So the American say, I just want to add some tree so that you get it nicely. The American say, you can't say that you see that when you have a foundation, a sword dine. Until you best started that foundation, I started if you trench, two trench now we make sure say what she share on your money na injury into two a depth now benyan, and then when you're 8 now you have a foundation, concrete foundation, concrete foundation. I feel na atwaso wall ni p and I feel you see oversized concrete. Your oversized concrete now before you oversized concrete or see hardcore filling and you be good. I'm an abasso, any block being a pepe, and suddenly I cast it oversized concrete. The oversized concrete into so I feel the year, you better wire blocks in so you be never be your floor finish. Usually we are a floor finish. Either say a tiles and be said they will protect your floor because you need to the concrete in the society. Here floor finish. Either say be tiles, be terrazzo, and BBI sometimes cry boy it me wood idea. You are never the about your skating board no and the corner no the tiles cry to a shake corner no and money is strong and money nice. The total so cause and say the length or near the idea not to us so me say obia atiase then I account from the no person count trip na yen so yet I can say a local dialect no and so yes atiase. Thank you. Now let's continue with what we were doing. Now we come to the second one, which is what the facial board. That is the 17th one. That is the facial board. So we have the facial board. Facial board. So at the end, this is the last end. This is the last end of the roof. So we have this. So you see, after the fascia board, we just, that is the eave. So the eave is starting from where the wall is. The eave is starting from where the wall is to the eave is starting from where the wall is to the edge of the roof. So we have the fascia board to also protect the palings, the rafters. Sorry, to protect the rafters. Where the rafters are, it will cover all the rafters, and sometimes at the other side too, it covers the paling so that you don't see the paling, and also protect it against weather can pass or penetrate through that angle, or maybe any insect or any animal which wants to pass through that place into the roof. So it protects those things. It does not allow those things to pass. Does not allow those things to pass. Now we come to that is the window head. The window. Yes. So we have this. Then the window head. That is the top of the window, which sits under the beam or the lintel. Sits under the beam or the lintel. That is the window head. Now we come to the 19th one. So the 19th one is the trotting. Important when it comes to the trotting. With this one, when there's a drop of water or any moisture content, it passes through here, come to this side, hits at the hole, then it will drop. It will not allow it to get stuck to the wall, or it will not affect the wall because of this. Or even if it will affect the wall, it's very small. It's very small. That's what we are talking about. So yeah, this one, the trotting, is very important. So anytime you are constructing, you have to introduce the trotting. Sometimes if it's a suspended floor, you have to introduce a trotting so that it will not allow the water to just be passing under or destroying the whole entire floor. When it hits this, it will just drop. It will not allow it to penetrate or get to the wall, to the external walls. That is it. So it is very important. You have to note this. It is very important. Truth in the here power say because the truth in the bawa emma in sooner a person a goo on one one way at sometimes you su painter a better what painting ya a better what painting ya because of sour in a ban a hitting enough there am one who I ate at time. So they're saying here say a better truth in us united. I drop it if you are 1 yet and time. That is it. Then the last one is level, ground level. So this is ground level. This is where we start our digging. If you are coming to get our depth of trench, we start our digging from the ground level. This is where we can walk. So we start from this side, dig to where our depth should reach. Then we cast our concrete. Sometimes we introduce the blinding, then before the concrete and all those stuff. I think you've enjoyed this video, and I'll do more and more. This is 1994. This is only question 1A. So we'll be doing the question 1B and so on and so forth, so that we get to the bottom of it. We are going to take it one after the other. So we are starting from 1994, 95, 96. So if you want to join the videos, if you want to enjoy these videos, if you want to get in touch of all this, just get tutorials about all this, just subscribe Engineer Abrantie on YouTube, or go to Facebook, Imano Bini. You will get it. Bini Brothers Construction, we are there. You will get everything. Then aside from that, we'll give you more details about other social medias when it's being done. Thank you for this episode. I think you've enjoyed. This is Abrantie. But on a more serious note, when you know I did a bonnet of when he has also hunting in our 50 forms are basis room, in here also hunting in our anything as she my church you much a Juman in our year said the bear strong. So open video now and on your comments on the comment section, let me know whether we should add more or subtract, or if you have any question about this, ask the question, or any general question about construction. I'm there for you. This is your host, and I thank you for today. I think you'll meet once we have met today. Every day we'll meet. Thank you. God bless you.